The docking bay of the Galactic Unity Station was bustling with activity as Alex Jensen maneuvered through the crowd, his gaze locked on the digital manifest in his hand. He was late for his first meeting with the representatives of the Zeltrons and the Cragorians, and the corridors seemed endlessly crowded. "Mr. Jensen, I presume," a voice called out from behind him. Turning, Alex was met by a tall, slender man with sharp features and piercing eyes. He wore the insignia of a human diplomatic corps officer on his suit. "Yes, I'm Alex Jensen. And you are?" "Marcus Flynn. I'm assigned as your liaison officer." "It looks like you could use a hand," Marcus said, nodding towards the manifest Alex struggled with. Alex chuckled, slipping the manifest into his bag. "That obvious, huh? Only to a trained eye. Let's get you to the negotiation chamber before the representatives think we've stood them up." As they walked, the station's vast windows showcased a myriad of ships docking and departing. It was a cross-section of the galaxy's diversity, a place where myriad species mingled. "So, what's the game plan?" Marcus inquired. "The usual, smile, nod, and try not to let them walk all over us," Alex replied, his tone half joking. Marcus grinned. "Easier said than done with the Zeltrons. They can be quite dismissive. And the Cragorians aren't much friendlier." "Great," Alex muttered under his breath. "Remind me why we're not using a more aggressive approach." "Because, despite the bravado, diplomacy is about finesse," Marcus explained. "We need these mining rights, Alex. Without them, Earth's economies will struggle to support the outer colonies." They arrived at a sleek door marked with holographic symbols of peace and cooperation. Taking a deep breath, Alex straightened his suit and stepped into the negotiation room. The chamber was circular, with a large table in the center. Representatives of the alien delegations were already seated, their expressions ranging from disinterested to openly skeptical. "Good day," Alex began, his voice steady. "I am Alex Jensen, representative of Earth, accompanied by my colleague, Marcus Flynn. We appreciate your patience and are eager to discuss our proposal." A Zeltron, adorned in vibrant robes, leaned forward. "We are listening, human. But be quick about it. We have more pressing matters to attend." Alex nodded, pushing down the irritation bubbling inside him. "Of course. Earth offers advanced technology in exchange for rights to mine on the asteroids within the Zeltron border. In addition, we propose a joint scientific venture with the Cragorians to study the ecological impacts." A Cragorian, his skin shimmering blue, raised an eyebrow. "And what makes you think your technology is of any value to us?" Marcus stepped forward, handling a small device that projected holographic data. "This is a prototype of our latest quantum computing system, significantly more efficient than current models in this sector of the galaxy." The room fell silent as the alien representatives inspected the projections, their interest piqued. Alex knew they had them on the hook. "Let's not waste our opportunities," Alex continued. "Together, we can achieve prosperity and growth for all our people." The Zeltron representative exchanged a glance with her Cragorian counterpart, then turned back to Alex. "We will consider your proposal. But know this, human, we are not easily impressed." As the meeting adjourned, Marcus patted Alex on the back. "Nice job in there. I think you just might have started to change their minds." Alex let out a relieved sigh. "Or at the very least, we've stopped being entirely invisible. Let's hope it's enough." As they exited the chamber, the bustling station seemed a little less daunting, and the galaxy a bit more within reach. Alex knew they had a long journey ahead, but for the first time, he felt ready to face whatever came next. Chapter 2. The Negotiation. Alex Jensen stood by the large viewport in the preparation room, overlooking the bustling Galactic Unity Station. Beside him, Marcus Flynn was reviewing notes on his holographic screen. The weight of their upcoming negotiation with the Zeltrans and Kyvorians felt like a tangible presence in the room. "Are we really ready for this?" Alex asked, his voice tinged with uncertainty. Marcus looked up from his screen, his face set in a determined expression. "We're as ready as we'll ever be. Remember, it's not just about being firm, it's about being smart." At that moment, their colleague, Dr. Leo Barnes, entered the room. A seasoned diplomat with years of experience in interspecies negotiations, Leo was known for his calm demeanor and strategic mind. "Gentlemen, how are we feeling?" Leo asked, clapping both on their shoulders as he joined them at the viewport. "Ready to change some minds," Marcus replied, while Alex nodded in agreement. Leo smiled, pulling up a chair. "Let's go over our strategy one more time. The Zeltrans value boldness, while the Kyvorians respect intellectual prowess. We'll need to blend both if we want to secure those mining rights." As they hashed out their final approach, the trio felt a growing sense of camaraderie. They were not just colleagues but a team, each bringing their unique strengths to the table. When it was time, they walked together to the negotiation chamber. The room was already filled with representatives from both alien factions, their expressions unreadable. Alex took the lead as they approached the table. "Thank you for meeting with us again," he began, projecting confidence. "We have refined our offer based on our previous discussions." The Zeltran representative, a tall figure with sharp eyes, leaned forward. "We are listening, Mr. Jensen. Impress us." Alex glanced at Marcus, who activated the holographic display. Images of Earth's technological advancements and proposed mining equipment floated above the table. "We propose an exclusive trade agreement," Alex explained. "In exchange for mining rights, we will provide you with our latest technology, including environmental shields and energy-efficient propulsion systems designed specifically for your needs." Leo then stepped forward, addressing the Kyvorians. "Furthermore, we offer a partnership in research and development. We believe that combining our scientific capabilities can lead to breakthroughs beneficial to all our civilizations." The Kyvorian representative, his tone cautious, asked, "And what guarantees do we have that your technology will perform as promised?" Marcus responded quickly, "We are prepared to set up a joint task force to monitor the implementation and performance of all technologies we deploy. Your engineers will work alongside ours, ensuring transparency and efficiency." The negotiations continued for hours, with each side carefully weighing the proposals. The human team demonstrated a clear understanding of their counterparts' cultures and needs, gradually breaking down barriers and building a foundation of trust. As the session drew to a close, the Zeltran representative finally nodded. "Your proposal is more substantial than we anticipated. We will need to confer internally, but you have made a compelling case." The Kyvorian nodded in agreement. "Indeed, the idea of a joint scientific endeavor is particularly appealing." As they left the chamber, Alex, Marcus, and Leo exchanged satisfied looks. "We did well today," Leo commented, his voice filled with quiet pride. "Yes, we did," Alex agreed. "But the real work starts now. We need to make sure we deliver on every promise." Marcus clapped both on the back. "Then let's get to work. We're not just negotiating for resources. We're building bridges." With renewed determination, the team headed back to their quarters to prepare for the next phase of their mission, knowing that their efforts could potentially alter the course of human-alien relations forever. Chapter 3. A Subtle Shift. Back at their quarters on the Galactic Unity Station, Alex Jensen, Marcus Flynn, and Dr. Leo Barnes convened for an impromptu strategy session. The evening was late, the station's usual hum dimming into a quieter buzz that settled like a cloak around their shoulders. "I think today's negotiations took them by surprise," Leo began, pouring himself a cup of coffee from the communal machine. "They weren't expecting us to come back with such a tailored approach." Alex nodded, leaning against the counter. "It's all about understanding their needs and playing to our strengths. We need to keep up the momentum." Marcus flicked through the data on his tablet, the light casting sharp shadows on his face. The Zeltrans seemed particularly interested in the environmental shields. "We should push that angle, highlight our commitment to preserving their planet's natural resources. And the Cragorians are all about the tech," Alex added, tapping a finger against his lip thoughtfully. "Maybe we can set up a demo. Show them exactly what our tech can do." Leo looked thoughtful. "A demo is a good move. But let's not just show them what it does. Let's show them what it means for their future. Paint a picture of a joint venture leading the way in galactic innovation." The discussion turned towards planning the demonstration, each man contributing his expertise to craft a presentation that would not just impress, but inspire. The next day, at the designated demonstration area, the team was ready. Alex greeted the alien representatives as they arrived. "Thank you for joining us today. We believe that seeing is believing, and we want you to see the potential of what we can achieve together." Marcus led the group to the first station where a sleek new propulsion system was set up. This system uses 30% less energy than the current models you deploy, but increases efficiency by over 50%. The Cragorian engineers leaned in, inspecting the device with expert eyes, murmuring among themselves in their fluid language. Meanwhile, Leo guided the Zeltran delegates to another area where a small biodome had been erected. Inside, various plants flourished under the protective shield. This shield is designed to adjust its parameters based on external environmental factors automatically, ensuring optimal growth conditions without constant supervision. The Zeltrans, known for their planet's delicate ecosystems, watched the demonstration with keen interest. The head delegate, a stern-faced woman named Thera, nodded appreciatively. "Impressive. This could change the way we manage our agricultural sectors." As the demonstrations concluded, Alex brought the group together. "What you've seen today is just the beginning. Imagine what we can do with your knowledge and our technology combined." The Cragorian head delegate, Soren, adjusted his translator device before speaking. "Your demonstrations have been most enlightening. We will discuss these developments with our superiors. The potential for collaboration appears promising." Thera concurred, indeed. These advancements could be beneficial. "We will also need to consult further." As the alien delegates departed, the team felt a cautious optimism. They had done more than showcase technology. They had started to weave the fabric of a real partnership. Back in their quarters, Alex raised his glass to Marcus and Leo. "To a future forged from understanding and innovation." Marcus smiled, his eyes bright with the reflection of their success. "To making history," Leo's calm voice added, "and to doing it together. We're stronger as a team." They clinked glasses, each man aware of the long road ahead but confident in the direction they were headed. This subtle shift in their approach, focusing on partnership over mere agreement, was just the strategic move needed to ensure their success in this complex galaxy. Chapter 4: Ripples in the Pond. After their successful demonstrations, news of the human team's innovative approach began to ripple through the corridors of the Galactic Unity Station. Alex Jensen, Marcus Flynn, and Dr. Leo Barnes found themselves increasingly approached by representatives from other species, curious about their technology and the potential for partnerships. One morning, as they gathered in their usual meeting spot overlooking the central hub of the station, Marcus brought up the latest developments. "Looks like our little show has made waves." I've had 2 delegates contact me this morning about the propulsion systems. Leo, sipping his coffee, smiled. It's good to see interest growing. It means we're not just participants in the galaxy's politics now. We're influencers. Alex, who had been reviewing messages on his device, looked up. And it's not just about technology. I've been invited to speak at the Intergalactic Council next month. They want to hear about our diplomatic approach. That's fantastic, Alex, Marcus replied, clapping him on the shoulder. This could be the platform we need to shift perceptions about humanity even further. The trio decided to capitalize on this momentum by organizing a small conference right there on the station, inviting various alien delegates to discuss potential collaborations. The event would focus on technology, diplomacy, and mutual benefits. They spent the next few days planning the event, each taking on roles that played to their strengths. The day of the conference arrived, and the atmosphere in the conference room was charged with a palpable sense of anticipation. Delegates from different civilizations filled the room, buzzing with conversation. Alex opened the conference with a welcoming speech. Thank you for joining us today. We believe in the power of unity and cooperation. Today is about exploring how we, together, can address some of the galaxy's most pressing challenges. Marcus led the first session, focusing on technological integration and its benefits. Our propulsion system is just the beginning. By sharing knowledge and resources, we can enhance our collective technological capabilities exponentially. During a break, Leo mingled with the delegates, gauging their reactions and answering questions. His diplomatic finesse helped soothe doubts and build excitement about the proposed collaborations. In the afternoon, Alex facilitated a panel discussion with leaders from several key species, including the Zeltrons and Cragorians. The dialogue was frank and constructive, with many delegates expressing interest in deeper collaborations. The fact that you are willing to adapt your technologies to fit our needs speaks volumes about your respect for other cultures, one of the Zeltron delegates commented during the discussion. As the conference concluded, the feedback was overwhelmingly positive. Many delegates stayed behind to discuss specific proposals with Alex, Marcus, and Leo. After the room had cleared, the trio sat down to debrief. I think we've started something big here, Alex said, his eyes reflecting a mix of pride and resolve. Marcus nodded in agreement. Today was about more than just making connections. It was about setting a new standard for how diplomacy should be conducted in the galaxy. Leo, ever the strategist, added, "We need to keep this momentum going. Let's make sure we follow up on every lead and every interest shown today." As they left the conference room, the station seemed to hum with a new energy. Alex, Marcus, and Leo knew they were no longer just representatives of Earth, but pioneers of a new era in interstellar relations. Their strategy of proactive engagement was not just working, it was thriving, and the galaxy was taking note. Chapter 5. Intimate Alliances. In the wake of the successful conference, Alex Jensen's reputation as a forward-thinking diplomat continued to grow. His next meeting, however, would take a more personal turn. During a routine visit to the station's cultural exchange facility, he encountered Mira, an alien linguist from a recently allied species. She was there to facilitate communication training between their peoples. Alex, intrigued by her presence, approached her after the session. "I'm Alex Jensen. I heard about your work. It seems we have similar goals, bridging gaps between different worlds." Mira, her eyes reflecting a keen intelligence, smiled. "Alex Jensen, the diplomat who's been stirring the galaxy. I'm Mira. Yes, our paths do seem aligned. Understanding each other's languages is the first step towards true cooperation." Their conversation flowed effortlessly, and they quickly discovered a mutual fascination with each other's cultures. As their professional relationship developed, so did a deeper, more personal connection. Marcus noticed the budding relationship and mentioned it to Alex one evening while they were reviewing reports. "You and Mira seem to be getting along well. It's good to see. Strong relationships can only help our cause." Alex nodded, a hint of a smile on his face. "It's interesting. She sees the galaxy differently. Talking to her, I'm learning just how much we still have to understand." Seeing an opportunity to further this alliance, Alex and Marcus invited Mira to join them in planning a joint cultural festival. The festival would showcase arts, technology, and cuisines from human and allied alien cultures, fostering greater understanding and goodwill. Mira was delighted with the idea. A festival like this could do wonders for intercultural relations. "I'd love to help organize it." As the trio worked together on the festival, Alex and Myra's relationship deepened. During one late-night planning session, as they were finalizing the list of exhibits, Mira paused, her gaze lingering on Alex. "You know, this collaboration has been enlightening. Not just professionally." Alex looked up, meeting her gaze. "I feel the same. There's something about understanding another person's world. It changes how you see your own." Their conversation soon veered into more personal territory, discussing dreams, hopes, and their visions for the future. It was during one of these evenings, under the soft lights of the station's observatory, that their relationship took a romantic turn. Mira reached out, touching Alex's hand gently. "In all the galaxies I've studied, none have been as intriguing as the one I see in you." Alex's heart raced at her touch. He leaned in, their eyes locked, and they shared their first kiss, a moment of connection that transcended words and worlds. In the days that followed, their partnership at work mirrored their growing intimacy. The festival was a tremendous success, drawing large crowds and media attention across the galaxy. People were not just seeing human technology and alien art, they were experiencing the power of unity and shared purpose. After the festival, while walking through the now quiet booths, Alex took Myra's hand. "This festival is a lot like us. Different pieces coming together to create something beautiful." Mira squeezed his hand, her smile bright. "And like the festival, what we have is worth celebrating and nurturing." As they walked together, their steps in sync, it was clear that their relationship was more than just a personal joy. It was a symbol of the potential for peace and mutual understanding in a galaxy that was rapidly evolving, thanks in part to the new paths they were carving together. Chapter 6. Cultural Convergence. Following the success of the cultural festival, Alex Jensen and Myra's collaboration gained widespread acclaim. As their relationship flourished, they began to see even more opportunities to blend their professional ambitions with their personal insights. During a morning strategy session, Alex and Mira discussed new ideas with Marcus and Dr. Leo Barnes. "We've seen firsthand how culture can bridge gaps. What if we expand that? Think of a series of exchange programs, both academic and professional, fostering deeper integration," Alex proposed, his eyes alight with enthusiasm. Leo, ever the strategist, nodded thoughtfully. "It's a solid idea. Cultural understanding often paves the way for more stable, long-term economic and political relations." Mira added, "And it's not just about sending students or professionals to each other's worlds. We can create joint research projects, co-authored by teams from different species. It would be a true fusion of knowledge and perspectives." Excited by the potential, Marcus chimed in, "I can see it now. Combined think tanks tackling everything from climate change to advanced tech development. This could be the start of something revolutionary." The team decided to pitch the idea to both human leadership and the governing councils of their allied species. The proposal was to set up a series of initiatives under the banner of cultural convergence, a program aimed at creating a fabric of interconnected projects and exchanges. Alex and Mira prepared a detailed presentation, and with the help of Marcus and Leo, they presented it to a joint assembly of human and alien leaders. Alex led the presentation, detailing the vision and potential impacts of such a program. As we've seen with the festival, when diverse groups come together, innovation and understanding flourish. With cultural convergence, we aim to embed this interaction into our daily lives, making it a foundation of our ongoing relations, Alex explained. A leader from the Cragorians, intrigued, asked, "Could you elaborate on the types of joint projects you envision?" Mira, with her expertise in linguistics and cultural studies, responded, "For example, we could start with environmental sciences, combining our technologies and methodologies to tackle planetary restoration projects. Each species has unique approaches to ecological management, and together, we can learn and create more effective solutions." The assembly murmured with interest, the idea of tangible benefits from such cooperation appealing to their pragmatic sides. Another leader, this time from the Zeltrons, raised a point of concern. "And how do we ensure that all parties are contributing equally? We wouldn't want any imbalance in efforts and resources." Marcus, who had been instrumental in drafting the fair distribution of roles and resources, reassured them. "Our framework includes oversight committees made up of representatives from all involved parties, plus regular reviews and adjustments to ensure fairness and effectiveness." The discussion continued with high engagement, and by the end of the session, the Assembly agreed to a trial phase of cultural convergence. Elated by their approval, the team gathered to celebrate their victory. "This is just the beginning," Leo said, raising his glass. "Here's to a future where our cultures are not just aligned but integrated." Marcus laughed. "From technology to diplomacy, and now cultural integration, there's no stopping us now." As they toasted to their new venture, Alex and Mira shared a knowing look. They had started as diplomats and had become pioneers of a new kind of interstellar relationship. Their personal journey mirrored the broader galactic journey, a journey toward a unified, collaborative future. Chapter 7: The Turning Tide. The trial phase of the Cultural Convergence Program was in full swing, and the feedback was overwhelmingly positive. Alex Jensen and Mira had become the faces of this initiative, showcasing the power of collaborative interstellar relations. As they prepared for a major review meeting, Alex met with Marcus Flynn and Dr. Leo Barnes in their office aboard the station. "We need to show not just the successes, but also how we're planning to address the challenges," Alex stated, looking over the extensive reports filled with data and testimonials. Marcus nodded, flipping through a digital chart. "Absolutely. Some of the smaller member species are feeling overshadowed by the larger ones. We need a plan to ensure that their voices are heard just as loudly in the Council." Leo, who had been fine-tuning the presentation, looked up. "Let's propose a rotational leadership for the Oversight Committee. It could help balance the influence and reassure all members that they have equal standing." "That's a good start," Alex agreed, making notes on his device. "We should also highlight individual success stories from various species to showcase the tangible benefits of the program." As they delved deeper into their preparations, Mira joined them, bringing fresh insights from the latest cultural exchange sessions. "I've seen incredible progress in the joint educational programs. Students from different species are not only learning together, but also developing new hybrid technologies. It's exactly the kind of outcome we hoped for." Her enthusiasm was infectious, and the team felt a renewed sense of purpose as they finalized their presentation. The day of the review meeting arrived, and the conference room was packed with representatives from across the galaxy. Alex led the presentation, confidently addressing the assembly. "Thanks to everyone's commitment, the Cultural Convergence Program has achieved remarkable milestones in just a short time," Alex began, displaying graphs and images of interspecies workshops and projects. However, we recognize that there are areas for improvement. Marcus took over, detailing the proposed changes to the governance structure. By introducing a rotational leadership model, we believe that we can achieve a more equitable representation and involvement from all community members. Mira then shared success stories, highlighting a project where a team comprising young scientists from 5 different species developed a new method for sustainable energy production. This is just one example of how combining diverse perspectives leads to innovation that benefits us all, she explained. As the team presented, the mood in the room shifted from cautious optimism to genuine excitement. The delegates began discussing how they could contribute more effectively to the program, sharing ideas and suggestions. After the meeting, the Assembly agreed to continue with the expanded scope of cultural convergence, and new members were eager to join. The success of the meeting was a clear indicator that the tide was turning in favor of a more unified, collaborative approach to galaxy-wide challenges. Back in their office, the team celebrated their success. "Today was a turning point," Leo remarked, smiling broadly. "We're not just participants in this galaxy, we're shaping its future." Alex looked around at his colleagues, feeling a profound sense of achievement. "We've come a long way from being the underdogs of the galaxy to leaders in its unification. It's incredible what we can accomplish when we come together." Marcus raised his glass, toasting to the team. "To unity in diversity. May it continue to be our strength." As they toasted, Alex knew that the journey ahead would be challenging, but was reassured by the strong foundation they had built. The galaxy had indeed changed, and humanity was now at the heart of this change, fostering peace and progress through unity. Chapter 8. Legacy of Change. In the serene quiet of the early morning aboard the Galactic Unity Station, Alex Jensen found himself gazing out at the stars. Today marked the anniversary of the Cultural Convergence Program, and a celebratory event was planned to reflect on the year's achievements. Beside him, Marcus Flynn and Dr. Leo Barnes were busy setting up the final touches for the event. "It's hard to believe it's been a year already," Marcus commented, arranging the display of interstellar projects that had been realized through their initiative. Leo, checking the sound system for the presentations, replied, "Time flies when you're reshaping the galaxy. Today is going to be a great day to look back and see how far we've come." Alex smiled, his mind replaying the countless meetings, negotiations, and small victories that had led them here. "I remember when we were just trying to convince everyone that this could work. Now, it's a cornerstone of galactic diplomacy." As the station came to life, delegates and representatives from various species began to fill the venue. Alex, Marcus, and Leo greeted each of their guests, many of whom they now considered friends. Once everyone was seated, Alex took to the podium. "Welcome, everyone. When we started the Cultural Convergence Program, we envisioned a galaxy where different species could learn from and support each other. Today, we celebrate a year of that vision becoming a reality." Marcus then took the stage to discuss specific achievements. "This year, we've launched over 200 joint ventures, from educational programs to technological developments. These projects have not only advanced our civilizations, but also brought us closer together." Mira, who had joined the team on stage, shared insights from the cultural and educational exchanges. "We've seen students and professionals from different backgrounds work together to solve complex problems. These interactions have fostered a new level of understanding and respect among our diverse communities." The audience listened intently, many nodding in agreement and murmuring appreciatively at the photos and videos of interspecies teams at work. Leo presented next, focusing on the future. "The success of the Cultural Convergence Program is just the beginning. We are already planning to expand into new areas, including deep space exploration and advanced agricultural techniques." After the presentations, a panel discussion was held, where delegates discussed the impact of the program on their communities and shared their hopes for its expansion. The conversation was lively, with many expressing their gratitude for the initiative and excitement for its next phase. As the event drew to a close, Alex, Marcus, Mira, and Leo stood together, watching their guests mingle and share stories. Alex felt a profound sense of pride and accomplishment. "Today really shows how much we've achieved," Alex said to his team. "It's not just the projects themselves, but the relationships we've built. They are the true legacy of our work." Marcus clapped Alex on the back. "We've started a movement, my friend, and it's only going to grow from here." Mira, her eyes sparkling with emotion, added, "This is more than I ever hoped for when we started. To see so many different beings united like this, it's beautiful." Leo, always looking ahead, nodded in agreement. The galaxy has indeed changed forever. When humans stopped being nice and started being strategic, proactive, and inclusive, we changed not just how we're viewed, but how the entire galaxy operates. The team shared a quiet moment, reflecting on their journey. The galaxy had indeed changed, and they were at the heart of that change. As guests continued to celebrate around them, the legacy of their efforts was evident, not just in projects and treaties, but in the lasting bonds formed across the stars.